After lying at Holyrood House last night before her final journey to London, where at least 1 million people are expected to line the streets of the capital for her state funeral, today the Queen belonged once more to the people of Scotland. The spine-tingling procession to St Giles Cathedral, where the Queen's 4 children marched behind her coffin, provided the emotional crescendo on another historic day of pomp and pageantry amidst very real grief.
As Shakespeare says of the earlier Queen Elizabeth, she was a pattern to all princes living.
What a day it has been. But there was controversy too. Prince Andrew was heckled by a protester who ended up being silenced by an outraged member of the public.
Beginning of that long procession.
Disgusting! Wait, I've done nothing wrong.
Meanwhile, another unsavoury family row is developing behind the scenes over the family's wayward non-working royals, Andrew and Prince Harry, just like it did in the days before Prince Philip's funeral. Andrew had to face the heckler today without being dressed in military uniform like his siblings, King Charles, Prince Edward and Princess Anne. That's because a decision has been made for only working members of the royal family to be able to wear their military garb for the ceremonial events honouring the Queen. However, as a special mark of respect, it's been reported that Andrew, a Falklands War veteran of course, will be able to wear his uniform. By contrast, Harry and Meghan's odd little PR mouthpiece, Omid Scobie, tweeted that, "I understand that unlike Prince Andrew at final vigil, Prince Harry will not be allowed to wear uniform at any ceremonial events." No doubt a huge blow for the Duke of Sussex, who served for 10 years and this morning spoke of the Queen being his commander-in-chief. So it's abundantly clear that despite Saturday's historic walkabout between the Prince and Princess of Wales and the Sussexes, significant tensions still remain between Harry and Meghan and the rest of their family. Tellingly, in Harry's statement paying tribute to the late Queen today, he said, "We now honour my father in his new role as King Charles III. By contrast, on Saturday, William pledged, "I will honour her memory by supporting my father the King in every way I can." The rest of Harry's statement, I really do think it's worth sharing with you in full. It reads, "In celebrating the life of my grandmother, Her Majesty the Queen, and in mourning her loss, we are all reminded of the guiding compass she was to so many in her commitment to service and duty. She was globally admired and respected. Her unwavering grace and dignity remained true throughout her life and now her everlasting legacy. Let us echo the words she spoke after the passing of her husband, Prince Philip, words which can bring comfort to all of us now. Life, of course, consists of final partings as well as first meetings. Granny, while this final parting brings us great sadness, I am forever grateful for all of our first meetings, from my earliest childhood memories with you, to meeting you for the first time as my Commander-in-Chief, to the first moment you met my darling wife and hugged your beloved grandchildren. I cherish these times shared with you and the many other moments in between. You are already sorely missed, not just by us, but by the world over. Thank you for your commitment to service. Thank you for your sound advice. Thank you for your infectious smile. We too smile, knowing that you and Grandpa are reunited now and both together in peace. Now, The Sun reported today that Harry and William could put their significant differences aside once more to walk side by side behind the Queen's coffin. During Prince Philip's funeral last year, they had to be separated by their cousin Peter Phillips. That would be one important sign that Harry could put his family and country ahead of toxic personal rows, which saw him reportedly dinner separately from Charles and William at Balmoral on the night the Queen died. But how much would it have meant to King Charles if Harry had today publicly pledged to support his reign?